Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And look who I have with me.
Cool.
It is Mr. Danny Shay from BATHROBE Tarot. And I am really glad and very excited to have Danny on. I think he's a fantastic reader. And I love the messages that he is able to share with us. So, Danny,
Yes.
tell the people who are going to be coming in here any moment in droves. I know it. Tell them.
I hear them. They're now. Do you have the door locked? Make sure the door's unlocked.
No. I opened it. I opened it. Now I did put a little bell so that I could at least hear them coming in. But whether or not they sneak in, that I don't know.
I think they're being sneaky.
I think so too. So have you always been intuitive? Have you always been sort of connected? Was this a journey for you? How did that go?
Yeah, it's so similar to a lot of people. When I was younger, I got hit in the head with an axe, as so many of us did, and
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that until just now. I did actually get hit in the head with an axe.
Oh my.
I think it helped.
I can't imagine.
So I've always been, yes, I have always been intuitive, spiritual. And then as a lot of us, we fell off and life took over. And as I reflect back on that, I think we just got caught up in the 3D. At least I did. I just got caught up in the 3D. Have to make money, have to figure out where I'm going to live.
Yeah. Have to eat, have to pay the bills.
Oh yeah, that eating thing.
Thing, yeah.
That's an important one. So, but then something, then I had another trigger very similar to the axe in the head. But it was more of an emotional roller coaster. And so I pulled away from work so much and focused in more on trying to get centered a little bit better. And then and that was in like 2016, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, some, and then COVID hit, and then we all just got lit up.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's my story, and that's all there is to it.
And you're sticking to it.
Well, I'll change it if something better.
Here and there.
Yeah.
You know what? I totally get the message, because it was very, very similar for me as well. That, when, except for the axe on the head.
You didn't have that?
No.
Oh. No. You could probably skip that, because
it didn't feel good.
Well, actually, it didn't really hurt that much.
Okay, then.
I know, surprisingly. I still
I'm
don't
put it up there.
Yeah.
No, okay. I was going to say, if the universe thinks I need that, okay, but
there's other ways.
Other ways. Yeah. So I always sort of, I could feel things, and I couldn't explain why I felt them. I just knew that I did.
Yeah.
And as I got older and sort of, had expanded my vocabulary, it's still, I couldn't find the words when I would, make a statement to someone, and they would say, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
I just do. Like, anyway, so yeah, I did, had that for a little while. And then, like you say, life gets in the way. I kind of did card readings for friends and whatnot. And then I got married and moved across the country from Alberta to Nova Scotia, which is just beautiful, by the way. However, my ex was very fond of telling people I was a witch. Now, he thought it was funny. As some of my past lives were sort of in, where you're labeled something, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. So I kind of shut it down and said, okay, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And then, kind of had that dark night of the soul a number of years ago. And it was, okay, you know what? The answer is not there. The answer is in here. So let's spend a little bit of time getting to know who we are, what we are, what, if this is a gift, it was given for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. And then a lot of things changed after that. And it was, and one of the reasons I call the channel Heart Centered Tarot is because everything begins and ends with the heart.
Yes.
Right? That's whatever. Yeah, like one of my friends says, in all things, choose love. And if you have to, choose love again. And if that fails, choose love.
Right.
So, a couple, I think it was sometime last year, I kind of got the message that, okay, well, you can get on YouTube and you can spread this message.
What?
And the idea,
the love message.
I know it's weird, but there are a few people who are buying it, So
yeah, there's a few people more that need to shell out some spiritual bucks for that, because and they will. They're going to come around.
Eventually, eventually. I think people are going to get sick of not feeling good, right? And that's kind of the motivation for most people is, they're moved to movement or to look inward when it's uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
As long as it's happening to somebody else, it's okay, not my thing. But when it affects you directly, that's when they start to move.
Yeah, right. So
anyway, welcome to the few people that are here. Glad you're here. If you have any questions, by all means, post them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them and whatnot. But in the meantime, we do have some things that we can look at.
Sure.
And so one of the things that I like to do on the channel before I do any readings, and you kind of go with what the people want, but I like to sneak spirit in there wherever I can.
Sneaky little spirit. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. So I have my Return of Spirit Oracle deck.
I just saw that. I like that deck.
It is very nice. The author there, Cheryl Lee Harnish, she actually has 3 of them that are very similar. There's Return to Spirit. Oh, great. Now that I've given her a plug, I can't remember what the other 2 are. But anyway, yeah. But they're wonderful, and I love how the messages come through. So what I will do at the beginning of most of my readings and lives is I've got a little reading prayer, which I've already said beforehand for everyone. And then I like to pick a couple oracle cards and see what direction Spirit wants to take the conversation in.
Awesome.
And kind of, what things it wants us to focus on. So I'm going to pull a couple cards, and I know you have oracle cards.
I have a few.
You do you? Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah, and let's see what we get that we can share with people. So, okay, all righty. Well, the first card that I get is gifted.
Oh, that's you.
The second one is frequency shift. And oh, look, I've got goosebumps. I wish you could see them. I got goosebumps. Yes, I've been feeling that frequency shift for some time, but in the last couple weeks, oh my. Yeah, it's really, really there. So, and the gifted, I think it's, Spirit's way of saying, look, we are all gifted. We're all connected. It's just a matter of recognizing what your gift is and accepting it. And learning how to use it for the betterment of everyone.
Right.
So, yeah, gifted and frequency shift. I like that.
Yeah. And what deck is that again?
It's called Return of Spirit. Here, hold on.
Of Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting there going, I know those two cards. I know them because I have that deck.
Yeah. You like something. And yeah, I do that with some things that I like it so much that without realizing it, I will buy it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I go, I've got this. Like, why did I do this?
Right.
Because I liked it. I know. I liked it the first time. That's why I bought it.
Well, let me see if I can add something to that. And I don't, there doesn't really need to be anything added.
Oh, you got me hanging on your words. If you can hear me, there you go.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, you were frozen for a bit.
All right.
And I said, yeah, see, now you've got me hanging on your words.
Oh, there we go. So we have gifted and frequency shift.
Yeah.
And the frequency shift is, for me, is, here we go, eagle. Let me see if I can light that up a little bit. Eagle. And it says, see from a higher perspective, which is that frequency shift.
Yep.
Right. And then this doesn't really complement the gifted and frequency shift, except that it says bask in joy and light. So often we get focused in on the negative, even when we're trying to have that frequency shift, especially on YouTube. We end up reading on such negative things. We got to stay focused in the joy and the light of just walking on the planet. It's so wonderful. We forget it. Have some honey, by the way, with that bee.
I know. And bees are just, they're amazing little creatures, because if you look at a bee, the way that it's constructed, it shouldn't fly.
No.
It absolutely shouldn't fly. And yet it does. And without the bee, life as we know it would become much more difficult.
Yeah.
Much more difficult. So this
what would the birds do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And, we wouldn't be able to see them out in the field and the flowers, and they wouldn't be coming by as you're trying to have your picnic outdoors. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think those are really, really lovely, lovely messages.
Yes,
And
I agree.
yeah, and you're right. It's important to not only be in a higher frequency, but to share that frequency with as many people as you can,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And to um, just offer something a little unusual. Um, now, like one of the things that I do with the group is we get together every Sunday. We go to a local pub. Generally, we'll have a little bit of socializing. Um, we are a group of there's tarot readers, there's psychics, there's mediums, whatnot, and we will do free readings. Anybody that comes in, anybody that needs a reading, needs a message, whatever, there you go, right? And it's free, and they're very surprised that free. Free? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's how we give back to the universe.
Yeah.
Now, call me on Monday, it's going to cost you, but on Sunday,
Sunday, it's free.
it's free. Come on in.
All right. Well, I'm going up to Nova Scotia so I can get a free reading.
Oh, you mean Alberta?
Were
Alberta.
you? I thought you said you were in Nova Scotia.
I was. Yeah, when I was married, I was in Nova Scotia. And then when I was no longer married, came back to Alberta. So I'm only about 2 hours away from Nina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, really hoping that one of these days she's going to come down on a Sunday, because I would love to,
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome?
yeah, to have her as part of the group. But you want to come up? You come up.
All right. I wanted to go to Nova Scotia.
Well, you can go there too. You know, there are some readers in Nova Scotia. I don't know them personally, but you know, I can make a call.
When I was 21, I did a cross-country trip from Nova Scotia across Swan all the way to the other end to see the Pacific.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yep.
Just loved it. Anyway,
Eh,
great country up there.
It is. You know what? I really enjoy it, and people have no idea just how vast it is. Yeah, when my son was younger, we took the train. Excuse me, from Halifax. We took the train from Halifax to Calgary, and yeah, there were some parts that once we got into a province, it was like we were never going to leave.
Yeah.
It was there forever. But to see the country, to see the wildlife, to see the everything, it's like you get a good appreciation for nature, you know. Love to spend time in nature anyway. So
Yeah.
you're very close to Mount Shasta.
I am.
Now that's someplace that I'd like to go visit.
It's pretty awesome.
I bet it is.
Awesome. So we went up there. So I've been up there twice. My younger brother is in San Francisco, and so we went there 2 years ago. Last year we went there, and Dr. Gale and Medium Kim. Also, Dr. Gale is living there, and Kim came out, and we had the most wonderful spiritual time up there.
Oh, I bet.
We would get up every morning, go up to the mountain, and we would do this little circle meditation. And it just was so powerful. Just felt really, really powerful. So, and there was do you know who Lee Carroll is? Cryon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. He had has an event out there, and I didn't know who he was 2 years ago. And somebody goes, I mentioned I was going to Shasta, and they go, "Oh, Lee Carroll's doing his Cryon event." I go, "What's that?" Well,
Yeah.
He channels these people, and it's all about this event is about Palladians. And I go, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And one of the cool things was, so during COVID, it was all a virtual event. So I'm in my camper van in Mount Shasta, and I'm at this place that supposedly has Lemurian spring water. And the spring water was really good, really good. But anyway, I'm sitting in my van listening to this podcast, and that's a live event going on, and it's cutting in and out, and I'm being exposed to Lemurians and Palladians, and I'm like, am I really buying this? What's going on? Is this really true? So Lee Carroll describes the physical attributes of a Palladian, and very tall, thin skin, and I go, huh? And I look out my window, and here is this 7-foot tall woman walking in front of the van with her daughter, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's just me not seeing right, but no, she was really, really tall. And I went, oh, okay. So one of the things when I was waking up again, I said to myself that I didn't need to take classes, because I'm always thinking I don't know enough. I don't need to take classes, although I love taking classes.
Yeah.
And to pay attention to the synchronicities. Don't discount them. So when he said that, and she walked in front, I'm like, okay, I got to pay attention.
Ding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like an axe in the head.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah. It's a defining moment. It's a defining moment.
Yeah. So Shasta is special. It's I really love it up there.
Yeah, I really would like to go and experience it, to kind of, give into it. And yeah, I can only imagine what it must be like.
Right. And Kim and I are talking about, we're in the early stages. I don't know if I should even say this, but we're planning.
It's just you and me. We're okay. Shh, nobody will say anything.
Nobody's going to hear. We're working on doing a live Shasta event where we have a bunch of people and we open it up to other people in the area, and even in Canada. Even witches up there in Canada.
I actually met a few yesterday, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And
there's well, I can't say this, but I'll tell you later.
Okay. Okay. I'm all you. Yeah, it's funny with things happening when and how they're supposed to. And it isn't until you look back that you go, oh,
right.
Okay, I get it. So about 5 or 6 years ago, there's a shop here in Calgary where the lady works with crystals and gemstones, and they're very, very powerful stones that she has. So I had gone in there. I was looking for something that would just kind of help a little bit with, the prosperity mindset.
Right.
So I had gone in there, and she is showing me the stones that are for that, and the citrines and so on. Well, I'm drawn to this. Okay, this is the one that I'm drawn to. This is the one that I want. And she's saying, well, you know, that's a beautiful stone. It's you know, it's a stone of Lemuria. And
What's
and I
the
thought,
name of that?
it's a blue nano, I think a blue nano quartz.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the one that I want. And she's telling me that's not what you need for your purpose right now, but hey, you're the paying customer. So
You're
I
right.
bought it, and yeah, and I started wearing it, and it made me feel really good, and I love it, and I need to have it around me all the time. Well, last year or the year before, I had a chance to have my Akashic record read. And the first thing that he said is, yeah, you're Lemurian, sorry. You go back 35,000 years and you went from Lemuria to Atlantis. And then you went over to the mind pulling. And I'm going, what? I'm who? I'm Shay? And yeah, and when he said that, it was really funny. The connection to the stone became so much more powerful.
Yeah, wow.
You know, that is, so it's like, okay, you want to talk about little synchronicities, things that happen as they're supposed to. Clearly, sure. I was meant to have it. I had to have it, even before I realized why I needed it.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's wonderful. Okay. You know, I could.
It does give you chills, though. When you think about this stuff, it gives you, it's like, oh my gosh. It's, yeah. So.
Absolutely. Sometimes the universe comes in with a gentle whisper, and sometimes it comes in with the axe on the head. Yeah.
I'd rather have the Akashic records read than the axe on the head. Just saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh my. Okay, all right. So how about if we take a look at okay, well, Dr. Fauci, leaving in December.
Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, you know, the man who was responsible for the spread of COVID.
Didn't he make it in China? So that's what my Republican redneck hillbilly toothless brother says.
I kind of heard the same thing. Oops, not out loud, because they're going to come get you now.
Well, he might.
You've sealed your fate.
He might. Yes. So, and the other thing that I want to look at, that I'm just looking at on the news feed right now, the company taking Truth Social public warns it might have to liquidate as Trump becomes less popular. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did I laugh out loud? Go figure.
I mean, that doesn't make, you know, so the headlines drive me nuts because, well, of course, you may have to shut your business down, no matter what business you have, if you're becoming less popular. Well, yeah. So it's kind of, it's clickbait. Anyway.
Absolutely. I remember when a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever, when the job numbers were coming out, and the job numbers were much better than anyone had anticipated, right? And just happened to tune in, because every once in a while, for a minute or two, I can't handle more than that, I will tune into some of the other channels just to see what the other side is saying.
Just to feel that axe in your head.
Yes. Yeah. And rather, they were talking about the unemployment numbers, and the story was Biden administration misses the mark yet again. Yeah, they did so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Missed the mark.
Again.
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 Again. Who's surprised? So, yeah. Okay, so Dr.
Fauci.
Fauci. Yeah. How's he gonna do after he leaves? I think he's gonna be much it's gonna be much sought after.
Huh. You know, I know, I mean, when I just tap into that energy, it's like a bittersweet relief. He's going to be going, ah, but it's still going to be 40 years of doing that kind of service. How do you let that go? So it's going to be difficult for him, I think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to be, oh, this is great. But let's just see. Let's just see.
Where are you coming from, Dr. Fauci?
What's going to happen? Are you going to be back? Are you going to be working in January?
And thanks to those of you that are in here. Thanks for coming. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments.
Yes.
I'm more than glad to look at it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Huh. He's been beat up. Oh, he's been beat up.
Uh-huh. Oh.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be doing much. I mean, I think I see little bits and pieces, but I see him just kind of reviewing things more than.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got the Joe Biden card right on top, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, the way I read tarot more intuitively than anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I know the cards, but it's what
Sure.
kind of what it talks to me about.
Right.
And so, yeah, he's the Knight of Swords, or no, the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the messengers. You know, I mean, he tried to get in there and deliver his message, and it wasn't getting anywhere. I think it's an emotional release for him. Like, okay, I'm done. There is that, you know, sense of having to kind of part with people that you've worked with. It's anytime you've been in a long-term position, you know, there's nostalgia there. So it's kind of hard to walk away. But I think he's at the point now that he's ready. Like, I'm done. I think he is going to be offered something else. He's not, I don't think he's going to be.
What is that?
That is the Four of Cups.
4 Cups. Okay, got it. Yeah.
So, you know, he's not going to be too anxious to jump into something. You know, and 9 of Swords. I think that he has had a lot of sleepless nights.
You think?
I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess here. But and I think in a lot of ways this is very, very much an emotional release that he can, okay,
I got that.
I'm going to get a good night's sleep. No, I don't think that I want to, you know, accept your corporate job. I'm tired of dealing with blah, blah, blah. Just leave me alone. I just want to sit on the beach and watch the waves come in.
Kinda, yeah. I got something very similar, and I did a full spread. I'm not gonna throw everything out. But I got the Ace of Cups. So this is a new emotional start to something, and it's being challenged by the Nine of Swords. And in this deck, the swords are kind of bloody, which his job was, I'm sure the people that didn't survive is weighing on him a lot. And
Absolutely.
even though there are certain sections of the population who think that he was in control of creating this virus, I don't think that that's what this is saying, but I think he feels that, oh, what if I had done this? What if I would have said this? Because it was so new, they're just trying to figure out what's the right path for it. So, and that is evident here with the Three of Wands. This is a planning. That's in the potential near future. So he's just kind of sitting back and looking at his ships come in, go out, going, what do I want to do? Internally, he's still feeling really, really restricted. And this, I was thinking about, my question was, in 2023, what's the path for you? What are you thinking? And in the beginning of the year, I just see him not doing much. I think but someone he's got the Two of Cups. So someone is going to be like, hey, come on, let's do something. But the final outcomes, he's a Seven of Pentacles. He is going to be looking at things. He is going to be reviewing what he's got. And then later, I got the Knave of Pentacles, which is he may be starting something new. It's such a young energy, young project. So, I think he will. I don't think he's going to go away, but I think he is certainly deserving of a nice little break by the ocean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So now let's dive into something a little ridiculous. I think it was Rick Scott who was talking about the 87,000 IRS agents that are going to be hired, and they're going to be armed with AKs, AK-15s or whatever. And, they're coming after the small businessman.
I thought the 87,000 IRS were only hired to be looking at Trump's tax returns. Because that's how much it's going to take. 87,000. Anyway.
Probably in a good number of years. But sometimes it blows my mind, A, what people would say out loud, and B, that there's someone in the crowd going, yeah, he's got a point. Okay, the IRS with their guns are going to come after the small business owner. Small business people don't usually have a whole lot of money, but you know who does? The people up on top. So how about if there are those 87,000 with the rifles, why don't you go after the 1%ers? They have the money.
Well, and it's interesting too that since we just read on Fauci, I remember, what was it, last year or something? I went over to my neighbors for a barbecue, and their neighbor started talking about how Fauci is bringing people door to door with weapons and needles to give you the shots. I'm like, really? So all these Republicans that want their guns, they're all afraid of other people with guns. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That I know. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Hey, Aspie Third Eye. Aspie says, I lost my employment decades ago when the IRS was downsized, and it was never upsized since. Yeah, exactly.
She lost her. Say that again.
She lost her employment decades ago when the IRS was downsized. So I'm assuming that she worked for the IRS and then was downsized. And it was never upsized since.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you need to have those agents, just like you need to have more paramedics, just like you need to have more teachers. And
oh my God, the teacher issue, that's something to read on. That is, oh my God. You know, in the IRS agents, well, I don't like paying taxes, but
nobody does. Yeah.
And it's not a constitutional duty, but it is a law, and you should pay your fair share. And these people that aren't paying, it just needs to be more equitable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. IRS definitely needs to go after the 1%. Witchy gardens. Hey, witchy gardens. Yeah, it absolutely does, because, like you say, I don't mind. I would rather not pay the tax, but I realize that, tax keeps the roads level, and it allows up here for my health care, my power.
Oh, yeah, up there. Rub that into us down here, that you guys have health care up there.
I know.
We have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when you look at it in those terms, yeah, I don't mind paying tax. I don't mind, like you say, I don't mind paying my fair share. But I also don't like the fact that there are people out there who make it their life's mission not to pay taxes.
Not to pay taxes. I'm a smart businessman because I didn't pay my taxes.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my God. That means I'm smart.
Yeah. SMRT.
And I think it would be, and I know it's not going to happen because we have too many other secondary jobs associated with paying taxes. All the accountants, all the CPAs, all the whatever. But it seems like if it was just, what's the term? Is it value added? I don't know if that's it. Where when you buy a service, you pay the tax. For example, you drive on the roads, you pay a gas tax.
Yep.
I don't know how that works with electric vehicles. Now they're in California, if you have an electric vehicle, they add that road tax on, which, hey, I'm okay with that. The problem is that it doesn't go for roads. They say it's a road tax, and then the money doesn't go there. And then 2 years or 5 years later, they say we need another road tax because we mishandled this money.
Yeah.
So it's a circle.
Yeah. Kind of like the GOP, who don't have money for their upcoming primaries. You raised a lot of money. Where did it go?
Yeah. Lawyers.
What happened? It didn't. Poof. It just magically disappeared.
Trump's lawyers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I heard
All
that.
right.
Yeah, let's read on something.
Yeah, we could sit here and, fix the ills of the world.
We could. If they would just let us.
Yeah.
What I would do is I'd let you do it and I'd sit back and watch.
Okay, that's good because I like to be in charge.
I could see your wheels turning. I do like to be in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to be in charge. I like to tell people what to do. And then every good leader needs a fall guy. So
Yeah.
if things go well, I can say, hey, I have done this for you. And if things don't go well, I could say, Danny misled me. I'm a victim.
But you only hire the best.
That's right. That's right. Nothing but the best.
I was thinking about this. Oh my God. They're talking about all of the things that Trump has to defend himself on now, all the court cases. And then I thought of all the people that he hired that are turning against him. His lawyers look like they're 12. No offense to a 12-year-old, but I'm like, and their logic is like a 12-year-old. And again, no offense to the 12-year-old.
12-year-old, yeah. Yeah, no, totally. I have to consult with my client to see if he took top secret documents. Yeah, I need to consult with my client. That's something that you should have done on day one.
Yeah. How many times are they going to change their story on that?
Yeah. And he only took them to protect them, to safeguard them from, Hillary Clinton and her emails. Okay. Where were we? The 87,000 IRS. Okay. Is anybody really buying this? Or is this just another one of those things that are going to go out there and people are going to shake their heads and say, oh yeah, I can't vote Republican, really. I mean,
Are you asking if this is going to change any votes? What's the question?
Yeah. Is it going to have an impact on people's thinking so that they do change their votes?
This rhetoric that whoever Scott is.
Yeah. And because they have done the GOP have done so many awful things in the last little while that it's like, spoil. I thought August was going to be a dull month, and yet it's
a wild ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I get the Empress, so yeah, birth of new ideas. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, here we go with the Ace of Cups again.
Yeah.
I did shuffle. And the 8 of Cups. Yeah, I think it is going to change people's minds. I think that they're going to say, okay, you know what? Enough. Like this. Yeah.
So, and the question that I asked was, is all this crazy talk, not just the IRS with them walking around, but just all the crazy talk that's going on with the GOP, and it's not all of them. It's just the ones with the biggest mouths.
Yeah.
In the media.
Yeah.
Puts a microphone in their face. It's like, just stop. But yeah, I got some big news coming out. My Fred Flintstone card.
Nice.
We get some giving and receiving. So there's some illicit funds passing back and forth. The stealing of the election. It's just too much of a heavy burden.
Yeah.
And I got hopes and fears is the Joe Biden card. And they're hoping that he falls on his face. And the Republican Party is feeling like they're in a little prison.
Yeah.
With the Four of Pentacles, they're just hanging on. It's
Yeah.
like their walls are closing in on them. It really feels like it.
Yeah. And the more that happens, the more desperate that they become. And the more desperate that they become, the more outlandish the stories and accusations and whatnot is coming out.
You know, and I hope that the Democrats are smart enough that they focus in, instead of all the mouths and all the outlandish things that are going on, like IRS agents going in and trying to disrupt small business. I hope they focus on the big issues. Women's health care. Oh my God. Banning books. Florida banned the Bible.
Yes, and what? I found out. Wait, there's a good story behind that. Okay. There was several books that were banned. The Diary of Anne Frank was banned because it was a little uncomfortable. Well, it should be. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Really? And the Scarlet Letter and so on and so forth. Well, apparently there was a group of parents who got together and who said, okay, this is a bunch of BS. So you want to ban these books and you've got a criteria? Let's take a look at your Bible and see how many of the criteria for banning it meets. And apparently it met quite a few of them. Quite a few. So it's like, okay, there you go. Ban the Bible.
I know.
So now what are they going to do? Well, no, you can't. No, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Pick a side.
And Richard Gardens is absolutely right. History's uncomfortable. We, as a species, and it's not just, we just don't have the corner of the market, but it's uncomfortable. And if we want to learn from our mistakes, then we got to look at our mistakes.
Exactly. And without that, you can't move forward. Otherwise, you keep repeating the same thing and going, I don't know how this happened. If only we had a clue.
Really? So, and Aspie's saying in Tennessee, they're pushing to make the Bible the official state book. Oh my God. You know, and it's, well, you know, it's.
Okay. My biggest question to that would be, good. Okay, whose Bible? Whose Bible?
You're a troublemaker.
Yeah, you know what?
You are.
I like to sometimes go in, stir a little, and say, okay, discuss. I'm out of here.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's incredible. But yeah, I think this is all this outline stuff is hurting the Republicans. Because people are just like, okay, you know what? I can buy into this. But oh, please, now it's just, you're asking me to believe just a little too much.
So who is King James? Who's the King James version?
James version.
I have the King James Version Bible. I got it as a wedding present from my evangelical born again relative who
is concerned about the fate of your soul.
Well, yeah. But don't worry, Trump's going to be coming back to office. What's happening with my pillow? Speaking of the King James Bible, shifting over just a little bit. Mike Lindell had another truth reveal or something in, I think it was Springfield, Missouri, close to my
really? Uh-oh.
Well, no.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Check video, see if there's somebody that you know in the crowd. Yeah.
Brad Pitt was there. He's from Springfield. That's why I said that.
Well,
and they're always going, you know, whenever I go back home, they'll sit there and say, "Did you see Brad Pitt? He was just in town the other day. Him and Jennifer Aniston are going to buy a house here."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we're all in California now, so I can tell you that I have it on good authority.
Yeah.
Not only is he thinking of buying a house, but he's going to be upgrading and putting in a pool. So I've heard.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you want the contract on the pool, pay up, and I'll give you the contract.
There you go. Done. You know what? Simpatico brains are working together. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's read on, because Witchy Gardens wants to know, why is that man, and we'll just leave it at that man.
That man.
I'm going to put that in quotation marks. Why is he not committed? And you can pick whatever man you want, except me. You can't pick me.
No, never.
Why am I not committed? I've asked myself that numerous times.
Because I'm right.
Okay, so do you have that man? Do you have the man in your head who you're asking?
I do.
And
I do.
One too. Okay.
I do.
There's a whole bunch of them we can pick from, but I have one specific one. Witchy Garden is saying the pillow guy. Well, you have to throw cards yourself, Witchy Garden.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
I don't know if I mentioned, but I did my own deck of cards last year before, I can't remember. So I'm going to consult those cards for how is that man not committed, and see what comes up. And I call these my Toracle cards because they're like a cross between tarot and oracle. And
oh, cool.
Yeah. So
just see them.
Okay.
Well,
power, new career. Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Who are you reading on?
Trump. Who else?
Oh, well, I have somebody else.
Oh, good.
Gardens is going, what happened to the pillow guy?
Okay. Ancestors near. Oh my gosh. Addiction.
Oh.
And last one, dreams will manifest soon. I'm not an artist, by the way, as you can tell. It's
Those are
just
beautiful.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm not. Okay. So in my case, why is that man not committed? Because he does have a certain amount of power, and he probably would be a lot more dangerous if he was committed. But he's on his way to a new career, and I think that new career is going to be inmate 57, 28, 19. No, not 19, 20.
He's going to be making license plates?
I think so.
Can you imagine if you get a vanity license plate, it's probably going to be misspelled?
Yes. Covfefe.
Covfefe.
But you know, he's really being bothered right now with one of the things that he has always fought against his whole life is the idea that he could never live up to his father's ideas or ideals or whatever. He was never, ever, ever good enough. You know, Fred Trump may have been a horrible human being, but he certainly knew his son. So I think that Donald is, his father is visiting him in his dreams. and he's not enjoying. He's not enjoying those dreams, and it's those dreams that are going to manifest soon. That fear that, you know, you were always a failure. You were never going to amount to anything. You're going to
Yeah.
lose the business. You're going to lose it all. Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I'm going to try to feel bad for him. No, it's not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that man for me is Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, yes.
So the first two cards pretty much tell the story. Wah, he's crying. He's addicted to, he's chained to the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I don't, he's not going anywhere. He's got a lot of battles behind him. This is a karmic debt that he's paying. He's got the Star of Hope and the Queen of Cups in the top position. The Queen of Cups is in the final outcome, and to me, that is saying something about there's still something that's going to be revealed, but it hasn't been yet. He's got a lot of secrets that are not coming out. And he's just crazy. Look, he's fighting windmills.
Yes.
Why would you fight this? It's a windmill, but he fights it. And his hopes and fear is he's got the emperor. So there's, I think that because he's still tied to the former guy, to your guy,
My God.
that is still keeping him from the loony bin. Or
Yeah. Did you hear that, speaking of Giuliani, that he asked if he could get his law license back because, well, it's been about 1.5 years and quote unquote, I haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely, Rudy. There you go.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, with that law license, can I get you anything else? What would you like?
And I thought he said, what was the word? I haven't started a riot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, so my reading really sucks. See, the guy should be committed. He should be put away.
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
Thank you, dear. Yeah. Yeah. Rudy hitched his wagon to a lame horse. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I could do this forever.
Yeah.
Just
chatting, having some coffee. I'm going to come up and hang out with you on Sunday.
You should. You should. You would have so much fun with this group. You know, it's so energizing. You know that
Can we do it through Zoom?
I've never tried it, so that doesn't mean that it can't be done.
Can't be done.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Give it a try.
Well, let's read one more for the collective. We kind of, I have not read on the week of what craziness is going to happen this week. I know we're in a roller coaster and we're in the middle of it. So it's not going away. We're going to feel good one day, bad the next day, good one day, bad the next. And if you watch the news, there's going to be more bad than good. So my advice for the last year has always been turn off the TV.
Yeah.
Have some fun with you know, at least what we offer on our channels is a little bit of levity and lightness, and it's easier to to swallow.
Exactly. And keep in mind that the news is out there telling you the story for a particular reason. And they're presenting it in a way that is going to elicit a particular reaction from you. So, when you hear things of 87,000 armed agents, don't panic. Take a deep breath and go, okay, why do they want me to believe that?
Yeah.
What's the motivation behind that? And well, I heard it on a good news source. They're not all good, they're not all bad, but they're motivated by different things. So take it in stride. Know that when we hear the good news, we can be happy. When we hear the bad news or the uncomfortable news, just accept it as something that happens as we grow.
Yep.
And don't let yourself get sucked into the negative, because what you give strength to, that's what's going to grow.
Sure.
So, if you feed the negative, if you live with the negative, the universe is going to say, oh, you like a little bit of negativity in your life?
More.
I can do that. I can do that. And it'll send it your way. Just like keep positive, think positive thoughts, and you will have more positive things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So take it with a grain of salt.
So here's what I got for the week. The Hanged Man flew out of the deck. So this is going to be, we're going to be in a little suspension mode, or it's time to take a look at things from another point of view. And we'll see where that goes in the reading. I have the Four of Cups, this is kind of a timeout card. And it's crying over spilled milk. However, in this deck, there are 5 full cups. I know, it's the Four of Cups. But there's 3 spilled cups, 5 full cups. We're not looking at what is the benefits, all the good stuff we have going on, which goes back to this card. Take a look at it from a different point of view. Yeah, we're still going to got the 5 of Cups. We're still crying. And the last card, this is only a 3-card reading with 4 cards. Anyway, the last card is we get to make a choice, and there are no good choices with this. Like, should I believe this? Should I believe that? I'm going to go with what your tarot channel is called. Go with what's in your heart. Stay centered in your heart, and you'll be fine.
And I decided to pull the oracle cards and totally talking, basically confirming what you said. Okay, I got worthy, commitment, and return of spirit. So okay, see, now I've totally lost my train of thought, because every once in a while spirit comes in and it gives me the message, and if I don't get it right away, it says, bye.
Okay, see ya.
Yep, see ya.
I'm not listening.
And I have to go, wait. So be committed to spending most of your time in sort of the spirit realm. Not, don't be spacey, but spend more time in that sense of oneness, that sense of we're all connected. We're all part of the one consciousness. And when one of us rises, all of us rise. So, help the people around you to rise. And you do that sometimes, very often, not by preaching, because when you start to preach to someone about what they should and shouldn't do, natural instinct is they turn off.
Yeah.
Right? Or they're not paying attention to what you're saying because they're thinking of the next thing they're going to say to you to counter what you just said.
Right.
So, preaching doesn't work. But being in that sort of, being worthy of being in that space, people like that feeling. They can feel that energy. They want to be part of that energy.
Right.
So, share it with them. Invite them in. Yeah. Be happy. Concentrate on the positive, and there will be more positive to concentrate on.
Yeah.
Good.
And the card that struck out to me on that is the commitment, because these days it's a commitment to stay in that happy place.
Yes.
We can see so much injustice, and there's a time for speaking up and doing that, but we got to be committed to staying happy and keeping our light shining.
Exactly. This little light of mine.
Yeah.
Danny, it was so wonderful to have you here. I would have
Thank you.
You come back here anytime. Don't wait for an invite. You just let me know. Hey, I got nothing to do. It's a Thursday night at 7:00. I got nothing to do. I got my new bathrobe on. And we'll read.
I dressed up for you today. I dressed up for you.
I noticed. I wasn't going to say anything in case, you don't dress up for everyone.
No, I don't.
No, I knew that.
And I'm making the people in the middle of the country in the heat wave jealous because I'm wearing a flannel shirt.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we've had our own little heat wave up here that it's just, it rained yesterday and it was like, it's gonna rain, come on, let it rain. So
good.
Yeah, enjoying the cooler weather. But
yeah,
so thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. This has been great.
Oh, yeah, you are more than welcome. It has been.
Garden and Nasty Third Eye, thank you for being in the chat.
Yes, thank you for sharing and all that. And for anybody who's in here, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And, you could pick up some wonderful free energy. That's what I'll say. Wonderful free energy. So, go see Danny at Bathrobe Tarot. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Heart Centered Tarot. And good things will happen to you if you do. I predict that. All right, Danny.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. See you later, and just hang tight.